Hi guys, in this video we talk about how to get things done, how to enhance your productivity, get better at time management without being overwhelmed, without all the stress and distractions and all the things that are keeping us away from becoming more productive, from getting all the things we want to do. And I think this is a big question because often my clients ask me, I have so much things to balance, right? I mean, you have life, you have work, you have hobbies you want to do, you got your relationship, maybe you got your kids. And on top of that, you got your new goals, your new interests, you got your health that you want to better. And you just have 24 hours a day. How do you balance all those things? How do I make sure that I use my time, my energy in a way that is actually productive, in a way that is actually moving me in the direction that I want? And don't confuse movement for achievement, because too often we just move and we do little things and we feel like, well, I'm doing things. But it's easy to get lost into doing little things, trivial, that actually lead nowhere or that keeps us in a circle, so to speak, and don't actually get us more productive. Now, in this video, I'm gonna share with you a formula that I use in my life and that I often share with my clients. It's very simple because I like to simplify things. The simpler something is, the easier it is to follow it. And I'm actually going to share with you two variations of that same formula. And you can just see which one feels better for you, which one you want to try on in your own life. But essentially, it comes down to those three things. Number one, it's about finding out what's the most important. What is it really that matters the most that you need to do? Number two is really, when are you going to do it? And number three is just doing it. So 3 keys, simple. And let's go into the first variation. And this is what I call the 6 things list. And it's something you do daily. Ideally, every evening. You prepare for the next day. You plan out what you need to do the next day. And it goes very simply. You take on a piece of paper and you write down the top 6 things that are the most important for you to do the next day. In order of importance, number 1 being the most important, all the way to 6 being the least important. Okay? What that does is that it creates clarity. It tells you, okay, if I nail those 6 things, I've done the most important, which is often pretty amazing already. Sometimes we don't have 6 things. Sometimes we have more. So you gotta adapt, you gotta be flexible, okay? But once you have clarity, then you know where your focus can go, where your energy needs to go and what needs to be done. Which brings us to the second thing, which is when are you gonna do it? Using that 6 things list, usually I want to do the most important things as early as I can in a day, if and when possible. Of course, if your appointment is the most important things and that's at 4 p.m., you can't do it first thing in the morning. So then you'll do the number 2 on the list or the number 3 on the list, right? So you need to organize your schedule based on your calendar and based on the activity of the day. But ideally, if you can do the first thing that is the most important early in the morning, that's already a hell of a way to start the day. A second variation to this is to actually book reminder in your calendar. If you're using something like Google Calendar, like I do, you can actually put reminder or place, or you can actually create little objectives inside that reminds you, okay, now is your time for you to do this task. Yeah? And finally, the third step in this first variation is to actually do it and commit to do those 6 things on the list. Now, if we go to the second variation of this simple formula, it's something you can do on Sunday night for the week ahead. You take a piece of paper and you brain dump basically all the important things that you need to do that week. And that can be work, and it can be personal life, it can be whatever is important for you in this coming week. And you just brainstorm everything, and again, you rank them in number of importance, like on top of the paper, the most important things, and then the mid important, and then the least important. And then once you have that list, you simply need to allocate time. And in this variation, you're really gonna need to block time. When I'm gonna do what? So you can use Google Calendar, you can use your calendar and just then point or block certain amount of time. I'm gonna take an hour here to do this. I'm gonna take 30 minutes here to do that. I'm gonna spend 2 hours here on this evening to get that done. Once you allocate time to do those most important tasks, then you have pretty much your map, your plan for the week ahead. You know when you're gonna do what is the most important. You have a reminder in place, and that leaves you to actually committing to do it. So if Monday morning 10 a.m. is supposed to be your big sending an email or putting content out or recording a video or whatever it is, or getting a haircut, you need to do it, right? You cannot just allow yourself to be distracted or something else come up, or I don't feel like doing it, but to the best of your ability, you need to commit to do it. And this is where the challenge is at the beginning, is that when you implement this new habit, if it's a bit different than what you've been doing, you're going to try to remain consistent with the old ways of doing things. And so your mind is going to come up with all kind of excuses. But if you commit to this 6 things list, this simple productivity act that can completely enhance your result, save yourself time, give you clarity, and really fast track you on your way to success, it would change everything for you. And if you need a tip, a key, something to help you stick to this new habit, you can watch my video, 3 ways to create a new habit. Now, I hope you enjoyed this formula, guys, because it's very simple. Keep it simple. Remind yourself of those 3 key things. What's the most important? When I'm gonna do it, and then do it. As simple as that. I will see you in my next video, guys. As always, please share, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Be well.